In relation to the guidelines for universal design for learning, we need to consider the provision of multiple means of representation, multiple means of action and expression, multiple means of engagement. In terms of multiple means of representation, we need to consider how visual and oral information are presented in our VR space, how visual vocabularies and symbols need to be clear at all times. If possible, key concepts need to be communicated in a non-text and non-linguistic way. In terms of student comprehension, students' background knowledge should be empowered at all times. We should have space for criticality, big ideas, information processing, and the transfer of information and student experience. These all need to be part of the student's learning. In terms of action and expression, VR can be quite a physical and performative experience, but we've got to watch for physical fatigue in the students. Navigation in VR spaces should be simplified at all times, and this is something we need to consider as part of our navigation hierarchies, etc. And we need to be aware of the specific needs of certain students, especially those with visual or oral challenges. We need plenty of options in the VR space for communication amongst students and tools for composition and problem solving. And we need to scaffold practice and performance within the VR space. In terms of executive functions, we need students to be effectively setting goals for themselves, planning and developing strategies, managing information and resources, and we need always to enhance their capacity for monitoring student progress. In the provision of multiple means of engagement, we need options for individual choice and autonomy within the VR spaces. The tasks and VR activities need to be relevant, they need to be valuable and authentic, and we need to reduce threats and distractions in VR spaces. We need to highlight the importance of goals and objectives. We need to vary the levels of challenge and support provided in the VR spaces. And we need to foster collaboration and communication. If we can include mastery-oriented feedback, that would be a great idea in the VR space. And finally, we need to provide options for self-regulation. We need to encourage personal goal setting and expectations. We need to scaffold students' coping skills and strategies. And we need to develop self-assessment and reflection within the VR learning environment.